Welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans, or if it is your first time here, now is a great time to hit that subscribe button, to turn on notifications, and be ready for some of the top tier strategy in all of Clash of Clans, coming to you from members of the Dark Looters. You might remember these guys. They were the champions in CWL Seasons 1 and 2. They also were featured in the live stream for Clash of Clans Clan War Leagues in-game for Season 1, and they are now in Champion 1. Today, we've got quite an honor. I've got ITZU here, the leader of Dark Looters. We are going to have an interview with him, and I'm going to share, you ready for this? 5 3-star attacks from ITZU from the previous season of CWL. This guy, I'm telling you, watch these attacks during the interview. Now, I realize it would be nice at some point to break down the strategy of these individual attacks. It would be a lot to digest for one episode, because in 5 different 3-star wins, ITZU used, I believe, at least 3 different army compositions on very diverse bases. So ITZU showing that he can 3-star pretty much any base you put in front of him. One of the true abilities of these Dark Looters is to be flexible, is to have a plan B like we've talked about in the live streams, and to spend many hours studying bases and studying attacks. ITZU also runs 2 accounts. He's got ITZU and ITZO that both will be battling in these Clan War Leagues. So watch for those replays as we get into this interview with ITZU. Let me know at the end of the episode what you guys think and ideas for future episodes, because many of these Dark Looters members are absolute experts in their field, whether it be base building or a specific attack, and we will break down the individual strategies, how to win with those individual attack strategies. But in the meantime, I thought it would be great to talk to ITZU about Dark Looters and about Clan War Leagues. ITZU, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I know that you were super busy, especially right now with CWL going on.
Yeah, it's a busy time, but thank you so much for having me.
We've known each other for a long time now. I don't even remember when we first met. It must have been back in Helsinki at one of the early live streams, maybe a Builder Hall stream?
I think one of the earliest streams was the December update live stream.
It could be, yeah. It's been so many times that every time we meet, I always mean to get you on the channel and talk to you about Dark Looters and about your history in Clash in general. And a lot of players just want to know about top clans and how they get built and things like that. And here you are, part of the leadership for Dark Looters, and I realize it takes more than one player. You've built this dynasty amongst Clash of Clans of the Dark Looters clans.
Yeah, it took some time, and I wasn't like one of the founders of the OG Dark Looters in that sense. I joined them when they started to get like deeper into the competitive scene, and now we have so many different Dark Looters clans like DLY, DLX, DLZ, even though DLY and DLX already retired since I think everyone can guess it's really hard to this business in that sense. You have to build so many bases, you have to test them, and you have to be pretty much online every weekend for the main matches.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a lot of time.
Yeah, I saw that just from when we were in Poland together during the first season of the new CWL, and watching you guys study the bases and study, both on attack and on defense, and having bases built for every single day of the war. It takes an incredible amount of time and dedication, and it's exciting to see as we start to see more and more clans like this that are competing at the very highest level, just how many hours they put in. It's incredible amount of investment into the game.
Yeah, for sure, and it's interesting to see how everything will develop, especially with Clash of Clans Worlds on the line. So that will be interesting to see, and for me, it's interesting to see new clans, like clans no one saw before, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's funny, because that's one of the things I mentioned in a recent video was the prediction, and no offense to the Dark Looters, but I feel like there's so many other unknown clans out there that we have yet to discover. I mean, even like Mao Do in Season 3, that Chinese clan, I mean, they were pretty amazing. And I know you're facing some stiff competition right now, and you guys are in Champion 1, correct?
Yeah, we are facing some really good clans over there, and it's always a nice challenge, especially with this one attack rule, which I like a lot because it adds another like mind game feature to the game, especially at the highest level, where you actually try to predict pretty much your attack. So it's kind of like you know already, or if you know some, or your predictions are right, like Tesla, traps, whatever, and then you pretty much know already, okay, this is going to be a triple if I execute it correctly. So it's another mind game level with mixing up Tesla location, all this, and that's a lot of fun.
Right, yeah, that's so true. And so that's probably, would that be one of your first and foremost pieces of advice as somebody leading a clan that's in CWL, is to focus on trying to throw the opponent off? Like, you know, obviously you don't want cookie cutter bases. You probably don't want more than one player to carry the identical base. You're trying to make them guess as to where the traps and the Teslas are.
Yeah, that's correct. You want to have a mix, like you want to have really kind of random placements in that sense, but at the same time you want to make or have traps that makes sense a little bit, like not all Tesla in the corners, even though that can work sometime, but actually at the highest level most of the people have like loons for that or whatever, and most of them are attacking on voice, which means you always have a spotter online which tells you like if there's a Tesla popping up or whatsoever. So troll Tesla aren't not working that good anymore, which means you have to place them kind of clever, but at the same time in that sense that the enemy can't predict them.
So you're telling me every time one of you attacks in Clan War Leagues, you have a spotter on voice chat that's watching the attack then?
Yeah, we don't allow our guys to attack alone. Like they have to be on voice.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're in that sense not allowed to attack.
Well, that makes sense, I guess, because I mean I've seen that a lot, and I've done that myself, and I'm sure that most viewers out there at some point in their Clash career have forgotten an ability or not seen a Tesla or something else like that. That having a second set of eyes could make a big difference doing.
Yeah, especially when you're not predicting something wrong, like, or not something right in that sense, like Tesla popping up at a location where you don't predict them. It's most of the time more easy to tell the actual attacker what to do next, because if I spectate an attack, I have a better overview because I don't have to concentrate on like hitting the queen ability, dropping the rage in the correct moment or whatsoever. So I can just like zoom out of the attack, see everything, and tell him like maybe you should change the entry point with your miners, your Lalo, whatsoever. So it's really helpful.
That makes sense. And obviously we're showing some of your attack replays on the screen from a previous season of CWL. And I mean, ITZU, you are a 3-star machine. I mean, these triples, and I've seen so many more from you than just this. I mean, these are just from one CWL week. And I think there's at least 3 or 4 different attack compositions that you use. Do you practice every single? I mean, has this come from years of playing the game? How are you able to 3-star with so many different and diverse armies?
Yeah, I think it's the experience over the years, like trying all of the different stuff. Like even though you know certain troops are weak, you still have to try them to figure out maybe a way how to use them, and still try new things and be open-minded. I think that's a really like important key to being successful in Clash of Clans, because there isn't only this one strategy which is good in the game. There are so many different, and every single strategy is based on the base you're attacking, which means pretty much every single troop can be good in a certain way.
Well, that's great to hear, because that kind of speaks to good balance in the game. Obviously, we don't want everybody to be attacking with, you know, Queen Walk Lalo, or everybody using bat spells, because then the game wouldn't be nearly as fun. This way we've got all these different attack strategies. But I think you just touched on what I wanted to talk about at the very end, and that was when it comes to 3-starring, it seems like it's not quite as much being super good with a specific army as it is being really good at dissecting a base, as being able to look at a base and figure out where its weaknesses are.
Yeah, but at that point it comes into play that Clash of Clans is a team game. So for example, for Dark Looters, we have a lot of specialists in certain strategies. For example, I think I would call myself a specialist for overall like queen charges in any way. And then we have, for example, some people who are attacking with dragons a lot. We have some people who are attacking like with hawk-based attacks or whatsoever. So we just combine all of this knowledge in planning. And then in the end, we have pretty much a plan for every single base. And then we say, okay, this guy is good with queen charges. This guy is good with hawks. This guy is good with Lalo whatsoever. And then we say, or give everyone a base in that sense and the plan for it. So I don't think that you have to be able to pretty much execute every single attack. You should know like the basics of every single attack, but the main success as a team is coming from getting every single piece together in that sense.
Okay, and that's what it's one of the reasons I love Clash of Clans, and I know it's one of the reasons you do too, and why it's done so well as a game for over 6 years, is that it really does rely upon this social aspect of the game. I mean, you know, you shouldn't be in a clan and then going out and planning and attacking all by yourself if you want to be, you know, seriously competitive. And it's great to see. It's funny, it's kind of surprising, because you look at Clash of Clans and how social it's been up to this point, and now here's CWL. I feel like it encourages that much more of teamwork and communication between clan members than we ever saw previously.
Yeah, I think so for sure, because like I said, when you're planning together, you're seeing different ways to attack a base, and most of the time the first idea isn't the best maybe, and the second guy is coming in and says, yeah, what do you think, what happens if we throw in some dragons over here, or maybe use a P.E.K.K.A over there or whatever. And then it's like getting slowly, or like the plan is getting slowly built together. And this in the end is like one of the best parts about Clash of Clans, in my opinion, having this social aspect and getting so many ideas together, trying to coordinate those ideas, and then in the end performing together as a team.
I totally agree, and like and doling out the bases to, like you said, if you have one person that's a minor expert and you guys have decided that base is maybe weak towards minors from a certain angle, then they attack the base, that sort of thing.
Yeah, for example.
Yeah, so I guess regular clans that maybe aren't quite this tight, because I realize that, you know, Dark Looters is an exception. I mean, you guys are in Champion 1. Obviously, you want to compete for the Clash World Championship. But for the average clan out there, there's still things they can do in the clan chat or in the notes on the war base to kind of do the same coordination that you guys do, just not maybe as time-consuming.
Yeah, for sure. We can't do this like time-consuming planning on every single war. So I guess really nice tips, as you said, is to use the possibility to take notes in game, like the little note possibility on each base. Like if there's a gap in the base, if there's like an obvious entry, or you just want to share a basic ideas pretty much on a base, just post it in there and get as a team together that everyone knows, okay, I should read those messages. And this is already like a first step into the right direction.
Great. So obviously there's a lot of things that can be applied from these top tier war clans to the average clan. But speaking of top tier, so ITZU, I'm just curious, you guys are now we're in the 4th season of CWL, and how many wars have you guys lost so far?
I think so far we lost only one war.
So one war out of 21, I guess, right? 7 wars, 3 seasons?
Yes.
Wow. So 20 wins, 1 loss, and obviously you guys promoted each of the first seasons. You're in Champions 1. And what do you guys think? What's going to happen this season? I mean, you're in the highest tier for any clans? You know, obviously nobody can promote, but some clans may get demoted.
For us, it's like or we take this like an experience in what we can expect in the future, and at the same time, like get in tryouts in that sense, like try to get some fresh air in. So like new members, try to get some new specialists in certain strategies.
I see.
And at the same time try to compete pretty much against the best clans right now.
So
and
how would somebody go about applying if they wanted to, if they thought they were good enough and they wanted to play for the Dark Looters? How would they go about applying?
So the first thing, or one of the first, I think, really strong points for Dark Looters is that we live all in the same time zone, which means if you want to apply to Dark Looters, you have to speak German, and that makes it kind of easy for us to coordinate everything. Yeah. And if you're German, actually, then I'm organizing from time to time like tryouts in that sense, and we had a tryout war where the current Dark Looters roster had a battle against the new tryouts.
Okay, so you do hold tryouts from time to time, and I'm guessing that the best way for somebody to get a hold of you might be maybe to come by one of your Twitch live streams then?
Yeah, I always answer questions, and it doesn't really matter if it's like DL related or like overall Clash of Clans, balance, new ideas and whatsoever. We always try to catch on those questions and try to answer those.
Excellent. All right, good. So anybody who's not familiar, definitely go check out ITZU's channel on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel where he uploads Clash of Clans videos as well, and of course he's got the Twitch live streams that are happening. How often do you stream, ITZU?
I stream daily.
Daily. All right, I like it. All right, well, ITZU, hey, thanks again. I won't hold you up any longer. I know you guys have more attacks, some exciting stuff happening. I saw you guys had a couple of 99% 2-star attacks. That is so painful, but maybe we can feature those in a future video. It's crazy. It's exciting to watch, and I wish you guys the best of luck this season in Champion 1.
Thank you so much, and yeah, it was great to be on your channel. Thank you so much.
Thanks again, ITZU. I appreciate it, and we'll talk soon. So there you have it, an interview with the leader of the Dark Looters, one of the very top clans in all of Clash of Clans. Watch for them in the Clash Championship. I'm sure that they will be in the competition. ITZU, a great guy, and obviously a supreme attacker. I believe we showed 5 different War 3 stars with at least 3 different army compositions. Definitely something we're going to delve more deeply in future episodes. Watch for strategy breakdowns, base building, and more from these Dark Looters members. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of today's episode and ideas for the future strategy episodes coming up as clans all over the world prepare for the Clash Championship. Thank you guys again for spending a few minutes of your day with me. I appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got something from it. I hope that you get out there, are kind to other people, are kind to animals, and of course, I hope to see all of you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks. Galadon, I got something from it. I can't remember what it was, but I did get something from it. I'm sure.